Hello. Let me adjust my camera because I thought it was adjusted and it wasn't. Actually, whoa. So it's the opposite now? Hold on. All right. I think I'm zoomed all the way out now. There. I forgot to get my glasses. Oh wait, no, I have them. So, guys, I wanted to make a live stream in case people. Actually, I should just wait a minute. And in the meantime, I don't know. Whistle? No, I can't whistle. I can snap. I can. I don't know. Oh, I should share the link. Hold on. Let me share the live link. Let's see. I shall return to the camera in a few seconds. I'm sharing the link to Facebook and Twitter. Oh, here it is. Oh, that is an awful, like. Oh, man. Okay. Sharing it. And one more. Boost post. I don't want to boost the post. I don't like the new Facebook layout. Oh, I'm glad I didn't go on because I forgot to turn the AC off. As usual. Well, one more thing, guys. One more thing. Where's a scrim when I need one? That's a lighting term for those not to know. Just means a thing blocks the light. So anyway, I wanted to do this live, which I don't know if there's even going to be anybody joining the broadcast because it's somewhat late in the middle of the week and everybody's going back to work. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about where I've been. Number one, that's what the name of this broadcast is, after all. Let me make sure I'm looking at. Yeah, there we go. So, the I'm trying to say this without getting into interesting topics. The the sickness started back in March, as we all know, or I should say, the widespread panic about it began then. And at that point, the governor of my state shut it down, shut all non-essential businesses down, including my own. But here's the thing: I'm a fan of freedom. I didn't shut down. I went underground. I went bootleg. Word got around, and I got busy because nobody else, or I want to say most people were afraid to do non-essential work, but I was not one of them. In fact, in my case, I figured it was essential work because video was the new way that people were getting information either live or pre-recorded. I did things that allow people to view it remotely, kind of like what I'm doing right now. Um, but it was weird because all these other businesses, they just immediately kowtowed to the governor, and I said, I'm sorry, but the governor is breaking the law by doing what he's doing. And as it turns out, all these lawsuits and stuff that are happening now, I don't have to be a part of it because I never shut down. And the bottom line is, you're going to turn my business that was legal yesterday. One person is going to make my business illegal, and that's not how things are supposed to work in a representative republic. So, um, what I've been doing is I've been doing. I have been doing, and it's funny because somebody, I guess like February or March, I remember a comment saying like, "Those who can't do teach." Well, I didn't have time to teach. I didn't have time to make reviews. I didn't have time to do whatever, because I was busy doing things, audio, video related, and other things as well. Again, people just got scared, and I said, "Well, that's my money making opportunity." Also, got into some stocks as well while they were low because I figured the economy will eventually turn around. So all these people who think short term, they get screwed in the end. Um, so you always got to have that long term mentality. So if you're wondering what I'm looking at, these are my notes on my little post-it notes. So all right, so that's what I've been up to. I've been quite busy. I could have been busier, but there's only so much work to go around. And eventually, people started to realize that the food wasn't going to be put on the table. People were having trouble getting unemployment. They were having trouble getting the small business grants. So, anyway, next, the plugin store. I have not forgotten about that. Okay, I have not forgotten about the plugin store. Again, it's just a matter of I needed to go through, and I went through about half of the available companies that are on this plugin store because I don't. I only want to recommend the things that I either use or would use. So filtering out. There's a lot more audio companies than I realized, and most of them are like virtual instrument libraries. And although I could technically recommend some of them, I don't really use them, and it would be disingenuous for me to recommend them. So I need to go through the rest of the available developers on this store, but that will be coming. I would say by the middle of next week is when I want to have the links on the website. I want to go over some of the recommendations in a video in a standalone video, and that'll be that. So I've not forgotten. Definitely not forgotten about that. Um, I can't read my own handwriting. Uh, nope, I can't read that. Something about reserved. I don't know what I was going to. Oh, oh, okay. So among the things I was doing, uh, mixing audio. Well, obviously I do that for videos too, but mixing music, recording music. You heard some vocal recording on a recent video. Um, and the acoustics in this room I really like for at least um for do actually basically anything that doesn't need to have any room reverb in it. The only problem with this recording in this room is it does pick up a lot of exterior sounds because the windows are a single pane. But besides that, it's a solid room to record in, and especially when you have better audio equipment. So who knew the potential back in the day? So another thing that happened to me along the way was I've made some new friends. A couple in particular are actually musicians who will be helping me with this channel. So I now have a good guitar player who's reliable. The reliability is important. I also possibly can record drums. I can definitely record a real piano. So upcoming, I can get back into reviewing hardware again because now I also have a female vocalist. So I can record her, maybe record myself, even though I'm not the greatest singer, but you can at least hear whatever the audio product is. Um, and also, like I said, guitars, drums. The drum set's not that great, but the fact that the drums are already set up and ready to go is a good thing. Um, and I don't really know that many people that have a real piano. Now I know two, and one of them is local, so awesome. And that'll be. I actually wanted to revisit the SE7 review, just to have some more audio samples with that microphone, because again, as some of you may have seen, and I don't know how many people saw my quote on SE Electronics website that the SE7 was going to be my, and still is, my recommendation for somebody who's brand new to recording and wants to have a microphone that they're not going to throw away in a few years. Like, it's something that, yes, you may buy another microphone, but you can still use this one if you need more inputs. The SE7 is just a solid all-around microphone, and I want to hear it on more sources to, excuse me, to verify that. So I am doing questions and answers if anybody wants to ask me something, but I will be wrapping this video up probably in the next 5 minutes if there's no questions. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is I actually have lost weight, and well, there's a reason for that. Number one, I've been doing a lot of walking. Um, at one point, I was probably walking I would say around 3 miles, maybe 3 times a week, and then and then 2 days. The rest of the days was like about a mile a day. I'm just doing a mile a day these days, and also back in February before everything shut down, I actually got a indoor pool membership, and then everything shut down about 3 weeks later. So that kind of put my weight loss goals to the side. But then because the problem is when you get to a certain weight, a certain fatness, your joints start hurting. So your ankles, your knees, your hips to an extent, they hurt. They hurt. They say big is beautiful. Big is not beautiful. By the way, I don't have the coronavirus. Oh, I said it already. Darn it. I was trying to avoid saying that word. Okay. I'm feeling something in my throat, so it's not a dry cough. It's just from talking because I normally talk, but I don't know why I'm coughing because I have an itchy throat. Anyway, sorry, headphones users. I clapped. I shouldn't have. So the other thing that happened was I have recently, like within the past week, I have cut my sugar addiction. I don't want to say completely because there's so much. It's so hard to find foods without sugar, but my sugar intake and to an extent my sodium intake has gone down drastically. Um, I just decided. I mean, I was just reading about not dieting, but like just nutrition things, and the American diet, the American foods are just loaded with bad stuff. And I know that that's Captain Obvious speaking, but when you really boil it down, it's difficult to find stuff that is number one affordable. I'll say it like this: it is a fact that to eat healthier, you have to spend more money, and it shouldn't be that way. Junk food should cost more. Um, but I guess it's just it's cheaper to make, so they can sell it cheaper. But the problem is, just like a drug, just like um, I'm trying to find the word, just like a poison. It's a long term poison, and yeah, I got away with eating bad stuff when I was in my 20s. Not now. So to any of you young guys out there, um, even older guys, but young guys especially, the sooner you start eating better, you will. Well, first of all, you're going to do what's happening to me right now, which is I'm having what's called sugar withdrawals. That's a real thing, by the way, and I feel more tired than usual. And I read that minimum it's going to take about 10 days, maximum around 2 weeks, so 14 days. Um, this is day 4 or 5, but I'm gonna stick with it as much as I can. And again, actually, it's ironic. I barely ate anything on Monday, or was it Monday or Tuesday? I can't remember. I think it was Sunday actually. So Sunday I barely ate anything, like 1,200 calories, which is like is not a lot. Is like nothing for me. Okay, so I ate 1,200 calories. Didn't mean to. I was just like eating healthy that day. It was like my first or yeah, first day eating healthy, or second or third. I can't remember now. I think it was second. It's kind of hard. There's like an overlap in the days. Okay, we'll just say second day. So second day of eating healthy, 1,200 calories. Typically, I would probably at least eat 2,000, if not three, which is not good. But point is, since March, I've lost 12 pounds. So, yay for me. Um, and I'm on the road to. I doubt I'll ever be. I'm not. I'm less concerned about the number on the scale and more concerned about how I feel, and also my pant size. My pant size was getting. It was at 40, and 40 was actually feeling a little tight back in March, and I'm back down to a 38, and the 38 actually feels loose. So I was actually falling down while I was walking earlier. So I'm on my way back down to a size 34. I don't know if I'll ever get back to a size 32. The point is, even if you are a size 32, or if you're a woman, a size 4, 6, whatever dress size, the what matters is actually what you're putting into your body more than anything. And I see your messages, guys. I'm going to respond to them if they're questions later on. Um, but it's so important that you don't put poison in your mouth. And by poison, I mean just like, just soda number one. If you drink soda like I do or did, just get that crap out of your diet right away. And of course, after I went from soda, I went to Gatorade, thinking that was better. It's better if you're exercising. I won't deny that. But Gatorade has a S load of sugars in it. And so basically, let me tell you what I've switched to. So I went from cow milk, 2% fat cow milk. I now drink almond milk because it doesn't have soy in it, and I don't want to be a soy boy. But so almond milk, Silk brand, and I eat like what the hell did I eat today? Like how's it called? I can't even remember the name because I just started it. Um, it's some kind of it's like a Wheaties off brand. So just I'll just say Wheaties. So Wheaties, um, Uber Wheaties, we'll call it. So Uber Wheaties, uh, corn flakes. That's another one. I was doing Fiber One, but see Fiber One. Here's another thing. Back in March, I had started eating more fiber, and they don't tell you unless you look into it. This is why you have to study this stuff, just like if you study audio gear like I do. And I just never studied my diet. Okay, diet meaning not trying to lose pounds, of diet just meaning like what I'm eating. Period. Diet, not again, not a fad diet, but just changing what I put into my body. Just like I'm like a drug-free person. I've never smoked anything. I've never injected anything. Um, Pills obviously for different things, but or medicine, but like nothing illegal, nothing like bad. I mean, I don't. I'm even a little weird about CBD stuff. But so we'll call me straight edge Adam. So straight edge Adam, all this time, as good as I am with the avoiding the bad stuff, I was putting bad food in my body. And this just cannot be understated. Um, so that's my advice to the younger people, because again, we live in a society, in a backward society, where they say big is beautiful, fat is fabulous, and it's all BS. Yeah, fat might be fabulous when you're 22 years old and can support yourself, you support your weight. But once you hit like 28, that's when your joints start killing you if you're over 200 pounds. Bottom line. Um, I'm not talking about muscle either. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fat, fat. Um, so anyway, enough about food, but that is so important to my life now. Because it's just I've switched off the crap. So let me look at some of the replies that people were posting. Hey, 380 stroker. What's up, heavy metal mixer? And parasite cleans followed by colon cleanse. Okay, I will actually look into that. It's just called parasite cleans or cleanse? Colon cleanse, parasite cleanse, maybe parasite cleans. Saturated fat, the sugars and all the other crap, if there's crap in the food that you're eating in general, it's going to usually have more saturated fat. So I'll tell you what I actually normally eat. So this is what I've switched to, and I'm just again in the beginning phases. So I've been doing all I did the swimming for about a month before the sickness shut everything down, and then I had to force myself to walk despite my foot absolutely killing me with almost every step that I took. Um, and my hips started hurting, and again, that's why I tried to swim, but because there was no swimming allowed anymore, oh, I was so angry about that. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Finally, I'm gonna be losing weight because I found an exercise my fat butt can do without killing my joints, and now I can't even do that. And by the way, a lot of the swimming pools aren't even open now. Now I can go to a friend's pool, but they don't have an Olympic sized swimming pool where I can do laps at. Um, so anyway, what the heck was I saying? Okay, so Activia yogurt. I love that stuff. It tastes good. It's good for your stomach. All right. So I usually have that for breakfast along with my really bland cereal. And trust me, I hate this with every inch of my life, but I know that the taste gets better. By the way, so at first you're not gonna like the taste of this bland crap, but eventually once you take the sugars out of your diet, it's not that bad. Especially because by the time you come around to eating, it'll be healthier. Number three, the thing that I used to do is I would eat 4 meals a day. Now I would actually eat like a snack around like 4 or 5 o'clock. But it would sometimes be like almost a full meal, and that was bad. Um, so I eliminated that. That was the easy part after the first few days. So for lunch is actually my biggest meal. You don't want to have breakfast be your biggest meal. Also orange juice, by the way. So I might have orange juice, but usually just yogurt, almond milk, and the healthy cereals do it for me. But sometimes I do need orange juice if I'm tired. Coffee's a bad idea. Sorry, coffee drinkers. Orange juice is the better waker upper. Because yeah, caffeine's bad for you. Anyway, lunch is my biggest meal, and so I'll typically I love Subway's signature wraps, so I'll usually buy one of those. Or have the the problem with this again is sodium, because lunch meat has sodium. Not as bad as if you get something from like McDonald's or Burger King or whatever. A Wendy's salad, I actually like those. Wendy's grilled chicken salad. I also like their taco salad, but that doesn't have a lot of protein in it. So the grilled chicken salads I like. I used to like the Caesar salads, but for some reason, I guess the fish product in it is messing my stomach up. So I'm just getting the regular grilled chicken stuff. So that let me think. Oh man, there's just so many things. I said I was gonna stop talking about food, but I can't now. All right, hopefully I'm not making anybody hungry. Turkey, excuse me, turkey club like a club sandwich, but again, you got to be careful with that because a lot of times they'll just put a bunch of crap on your on the sandwich, like mayonnaise. If you can avoid it, if you can't avoid it, try to do light mayonnaise. Um, Otherwise, like olive oil for a topping, add some flavor. Pepper's not bad. Mustard. Usually I don't have that with turkey, but maybe I'll try it. But anyway, for dinner. Oh, and also I'm drinking a lot more water. I forgot to mention that. So whenever I feel hungry, like if when that what would have been my snack time. I sound like a little kid when I say that. When I would have my snack time, I'll just drink like 2 glasses of water. And again, because I'm eating more fiber stuff, oh, the fiber one bars. So I had the fiber one bars. Um, Usually, um, for lunch, instead of having like what used to be Doritos or what's the name of that chip? Sun chips. Instead of having those, I now just have the Fiber One bar. Like so that I think it has like 7 grams of fiber in it. So because of this extra fiber that I'm getting from like the brand cereal and the Fiber One bar, I think Activia might even have a tiny bit of fiber in it. You have to drink more water, and I was not warned about that. I actually was dehydrated the other day. So because I am eating more, if you eat more fiber, you have to drink more water. That's the bottom line. Um, I was actually drinking green tea until I found out it's healthy, but it's not healthy. So I stopped drinking that. I actually did have one alcoholic drink the other day, and that was too much for me. So, um, I mean, I could have drank more, but like you feel it, man. If you haven't drank anything in a while, like you really feel it. So I recommend not. It's just bad for your liver. It's bad for your kidneys. It's bad for your liver. Avoid the garbage and alcohol. First of all, it's expensive. Um, Secondly, it's just not good for your body. So like, why? Again, I wish I could. I wish the food from the grocery store that was healthy was cheaper than the junk food. It would make this so much easier. So let me see what you guys typed to me, and I'll like end this video. It's almost at the half-hour mark. Yes. I don't know about water helping with resisting cravings, but what it does is it just well, first of all, you're gonna pee a lot more. And your pee is gonna be less acidic, so there's gonna be less bubbles. And I'm sorry if I'm getting if this is TMI, but it is important information. Um, so it'll have less bubbles. It'll be clearer. Sometimes it'll be like almost as clear as water. So that was pretty, and basically, if you have, except in the morning you're going to be dehydrated, so your urine is going to be dark yellow. Um, so regardless of what you do, because you don't want to drink like a big glass of water and then go to bed because then you're going to wake up and have to go to the bathroom at 3 in the morning. Okay, so 380 stroker said go to Amazon and type in parasite cleans and colon cleanse. All right, cool. I will. Calisthenics, yeah, exercise. So that's another thing. So right now during the sugar withdrawal, I'm definitely having trouble with exercise because of the energy loss. Like I'm not gonna lie, like this sucks. This really it sucks. But again, it's just like if it was a narcotic. If you're getting off of that, your body's like, what happened? What is going on? What is going on? So you just don't have that normal energy you don't have the energy that you would have. Um, so your body's like, oh, come on, man, eat a cookie, and I'm like, no, I don't want to eat a cookie. So, oh, for dinner, Hello Fresh. You guys have you guys heard of Hello Fresh? I don't know how healthy this stuff is, honestly, but it tastes really good, and it seems like it's almost like this is the cheat portion of the day because you got to cheat at some point, otherwise your brain will go to jail. So dinner, what I'll do is I'll eat like a half or 3/4 of a portion, and then save the rest of it maybe, and I'll eat that maybe for lunch if I have it, or for dinner. Again, my options are limited. Oh, Taco Bell, by the way, is completely out of my diet now. I haven't had Taco Bell actually for about 4 months. And the last time I did prior to that, I barely ate it. So I try it one more time, and the food just is it's disgusting. Taco Bell, actually a friend of mine who used to work for them said that their meat is like the lowest grade that the FDA allows. I don't know if he was just being funny about that. Okay, Quest bars. See, it's funny you mentioned keto, because keto is something a family member of mine is really into, and he actually, I don't want to go into too much detail, but he's actually a somewhat known keto person, Um, I don't know what they call them, keto advisors, keto gurus. He's actually somewhat well known, and so all I really had to do is start reading his blogs and things like that, and I could get that. The problem with keto is from what I understand, it eliminates too much, and you don't want to eliminate every single category. So like even though I've cut down on the sugars, there first of all, it's almost impossible to get away from the sugars. Um, so on top of that, I love pineapple. I've always loved pineapple. Grapes are decent. Um, what's the vegetables? Guacamole apparently is not that healthy for you. Even and I love guacamole, but I don't know. I have to look into it. You get so much you get information from all sides. You have to really just not trust one source. You have to really just like a microphone review or just like a whatever review on here. It's like, listen to my video. That's why I like to provide audio samples instead of just giving my opinion. Um, so you can judge for yourself, because I know that when I look for audio equipment, I want to hear how it sounds on different sources. So when I do that here, that's what I try to do. But I really am not a dietitian. I'm just somebody who's trying to get my body back into a better shape, and that's not just for aesthetic reasons. That's because I know that long-term damage is possibly irreversible. So and you got to remember that, guys. Diabetes is a real thing, you know? And it's kind of funny now that I think about it. Glenn Fricker's been doing weight loss stuff. So congratulations to Glenn. It is not easy to noticeably lose weight. So congratulations to him on his weight loss success. And I hope that he continues to whatever his goal weight is. Um, because again, it's not easy and everybody needs encouragement. And I'm going to wrap this up soon. Keto. Okay. Keto. Fruits are bad. Even a banana. Come on, man. Even a banana. I think I can eat a banana. Aren't we all apes? We're relatives to apes, right? So, oh, by the way, this sunscreen's awesome. If you want to get us, it's expensive though, but it goes on clear, so it doesn't look like I can't say that anymore. If this was 2011, I could say it, but yeah, I don't want to get canceled. Oh my God, YouTube is getting insane. I kind of took a break right at the right moment because things just got crazy for a second there. And when I come back, what I want to do, number one, is up the production quality. So I'll probably bring back the black background. I might even start shooting on a green screen. I'm not sure, but I'll shoot that. I'll basically have my script ready for the videos. I was gonna say shows. Have the script ready for the videos so I can say a lot of things on camera, and then again to please the video production quality gods, I will have to force myself to have a camera going while I'm using whatever. Um, so I can cut back and forth between the screen and myself. I would really just prefer to have the screen, but you guys got to remember the video pleasure gods require me to be on camera. They like faces, they like different voices, they like things changing. So maybe I will shoot on a green screen just so I can the background up and change it around. I don't know, like you can't, and then you get these videos where you're sitting on the toilet and you're talking crap about the Neve 8434, whatever the heck it's called. Yeah, I recorded that. I recorded that one on the toilet. I'm like, not kidding. So I'm sitting there going through this, and I'm like, this is a piece of shit. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what a pun! If only people knew. But no, seriously, I've gotten that's one of my most downvoted videos this year, And I was not expecting that because, look, if you're gonna drop 25 grand on something, it better be freaking awesome. And I don't care that Neve sells more expensive boards. That's out of the that has nothing to do with anything. It has to do with value. So, for example, I thought that the original API box, although cool, it was very limited for what you got. Excuse me, for about $17,000 or $18,000. So API did a smart thing, and what they did is they got rid of the EQ modules because originally it came with a 550A and a 550 or two 550As and two microphone preamps, and I think that was it. Yeah, I think it only had that. So the box 2.0 or the box 8, whatever it's called, um, that has 8 microphone preamps built in, and then you get to choose. You have to spend more money, of course, but you get to choose because guess what? I don't really prefer the 550A because I think the 550B, because it has 4 bands, is just more versatile, and so that money that went to the 550A, which I believe those are about $1,000 per module, so they cut the price back by about $2,000, gave you 8 recording channels, which is usually good enough for a small drum set. Um, I prefer 12 channels, um, but I don't. This is not a 1608 console, so the box two is actually it has it's a good value. So this isn't about money. This is about value, and I just think that Neve made a big mistake with this, especially in an age where uh, Mix Analog, for example, they're about to put out their summing box, and or not about to, but they've been working on their summing box, and I believe it definitely has Neve or like Carnhill, St. Ives, whatever type of transformers. Um, in the audio signal path. I believe you can also do an SSL type of sound. So I believe it's more like op amps and transformers. But you can get like 3 different flavors from what I understand. 3 different 16 channel summing flavors upcoming by the end of this year. I assume they're also about to put out their LA2A clone, which is going to be cool. The stuff that they just put out with the Elysia stuff is amazing. If you guys have not checked that out, they're no longer free, but Elysia stuff just sounds so good. And it's all up on mixanalog.com. And then on the other side of the pond is Access Analog, and they have all name brand stuff. And I've been using it on my mixes lately, and I'm just like, even if all you do, I hate saying this, but it's true. Even if you just use the free stuff, so the Warm Audio Pultec clone, and then use the 1176 Revision A clone, even if you just do that on a few tracks on your mixes, maybe you'll want to check out the other hardware, maybe not. But even if you just do that, I'm telling you, like the EQ less so because I really think acoustical audio still has the equalizers down. So I don't screw around with the equalizers. I'm not gonna waste I hate saying like this, but I don't want to waste money on things that I can get in software. But compression and saturation are still, and like the sound of tape, as it were. It's still not exactly like the real deal. It's close. They're getting closer, but tubes, transformers, whatever else is going on under the scenes, behind the scenes, it's it's still best in analog. And compression, gain reduction is still higher with hardware, and it just sounds better with hardware. I don't know why. I wish that was not the case. Although I still do like I'm thinking I can't think of the name of the company now. Ugh, been talking too long. But anyway, it's the three compressors you'll actually use. If you Google that phrase, the company will come up. Those are good. I always forget to use them, even though they have like the best looking GUIs and they sound great. For some reason I forget to use them when I mix. Usually because I'm just using the Black Audio, or I'm sorry, the Black Rooster Audio VLA 3A. Like that's on so many tracks. It's not funny. Um, But anyway, I'm coming back soon, guys. I have not left. I don't even ever want to say I'm gonna quit YouTube, because if I say I quit and then I get that urge again, um, then I'll look silly. So it'll always be like this. So it might be 3 months or 6 months where I'm not really uploading decent videos. Maybe I'm just kind of dropping in like what I did with that Neve console video, but I really want to get back into it. But right now, I'm actually doing like real mixing. I'm doing whether I'm doing audio for video or if I'm doing music. I got an album that's well, not a whole album, but I'm remixing like 3 or 4 songs, and I've already mixed or mastered other songs, so that'll be coming out. Um, I'm really looking forward to what this remix is gonna sound like. But and in the meantime, I'll be using ARC3, so I can do a proper review of that. Um, but I'm telling you, just based off of what I heard, playing music that I'm familiar with, I've never heard a better like speaker correction, room correction, whatever you want to call it, software. I love SonarWorks reference for the headphones section, and I still recommend using it. But IK Multimedia, not only do I think it works better right out of the box, but on top of that, it's easier to measure with now. I do wish that they would have. Here's this is my biggest critique of ARC 3. The worst. I'm sorry. The biggest negative critique. So at first they have you put it at ear height, the microphone. They have you put it at ear height, right? And they have you put it in the sweet spot, so like I guess centered, so right on my bald head. So they have you center it, but then instead of just having you do the measurements at ear height, they make you I think it's drop it. They either have you drop it down 6 inches or raise it 6 inches. I think it's drop it down 6 inches. Why not just do the ear level measurements right then and there, and then switch it to the lower one and then switch it to the higher one. I don't understand why that is the case, but I do like what happened. I do like um whatever they changed it for the better. And ARC3, not only is it better, it's actually cheaper, but it doesn't have headphones. It does not have a headphone option. It also does not have a system-wide option. So it's like, man, if only I had the ARC3 flavor, the ARC flavor with SonarWorks on the speaker side. But anyway, you can't have everything, which is why I'm happy that I have both. And as I've said before, so SonarWorks did send me their stuff, which again I really try not to have a bias for. ARC, I've always spent my own money buying it. Originally it was like $400 or $500. I think it was 400. Yeah, it was like four. It was originally 600. The cross grade price was $400. So like it cost like about $450 to get the thing plus a plug-in so I could get the cross grade. And I've had that since 2009. The original ARC1, and then I got ARC2, and then I got the MEMS microphone. I've paid for all this stuff because I believe in the product, and it helps me mix better. My mixes sound better, or I should say they sound good on a larger variety of speakers and a larger variety of headphones when I use it than if I don't. And when I don't do it and I think I can beat the plug-in, I screw things up. But ARC3 is definitely being used on the remainder of the remixes and the remainder of the remasters, and that's the bottom line. So thank you all for joining me. I'm going to look at your comments one more time. And if you didn't already, please give the video a thumbs up. It helps me. And Trident Series 88, Mega Value. I think that's the one that I had seen recommended on Gear SLOOTZ. Yeah, thank you, Heavy Metal Mixer. I'm doing better. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm getting there. So that's about it. Fruits are bad. That's right, I already read that one. I think bananas are fine. Bananas, berries. I mean, you got to think like a caveman. That's the caveman diet. You know, non-processed stuff is always probably going to be best to an extent. Excuse me. So, oh, speaking of which, oh, now my fingers now my finger is has has blueberry juice on it. Anyway, um, I hope you guys are having a good summer so far. Well, actually, the summer just started like a couple weeks ago, technically, but I consider like May 21st the beginning of summer, and the end of summer is like early September, even though technically it's September 21st. But whatever, it's semantics at this point. One more comment, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Um, Good to see you again. Thank you. Hey, Obsidian, what's up, man? I didn't even read your name. Sorry. Yeah. So that's about it, guys. Oh, so I might have an 8K video coming up really soon because it's going to be a quickie. It's going to be directly from the camera, and I'm borrowing somebody's Galaxy S20 Plus, yeah, or whatever it's called. It's got 8K recording on it. Hopefully it doesn't screw up. One time I tried recording with 8K, and it was like 4 or 5 minutes of recording, and then you hit stop and it said error. That's always fun. Maybe it was just because it was hot and outside. I don't know. Bottom line is though, 8K and a little lens. I don't know if that's actually really 8K, but I want to be the first audio engineer to have an 8K video, and this is the perfect one to do it for because it's talking about hardware. Anyway, um, don't tell anybody. Keep that one a secret. I'm out of here. By the way, the new Facebook is garbage. I don't like the new website. They should have kept the old style. It screwed so many things up. I'm confused. Bye.